Like, that's why I say it, because you make a face. So...
Yeah, I'm having deja vu because this whole thing, including what you just said, has happened before.
Yes, every
Hi,
week.
everybody.
Hi. Hello.
We're all a little neuro-spicy. We repeat ourselves.
Yeah.
It's called vocal stim. But there's solace in routine.
That is true. Anyway, hello. Welcome to Mistwalkers, session 108. That looks delicious and snacky, and I would like some, please.
3 varieties of popcorn, flaxseed crackers, flaming hot Cheetos, and almonds.
Oh shit, I have Takis.
Hell yeah.
Give to me, please.
Got Takis.
Bro, we should do a charcuterie board when we go to GaryCon, I'm just saying.
Oof, that's
the night that we all hang out together.
Yeah.
Y'all, I love Brie, let it be known.
I love
you too.
New D&D item. Magical charcuterie board.
Can be used once a day.
Yeah.
Summon fills with charcuterie items.
I would love that in real life, but I'm kind of a snob.
I make a delicious cashew cheese.
Well, you just need to come to GaryCon and then we can try your cashew cheese.
No.
Please?
I've tried so many times to get them to come down here.
Yeah, they've even said it in a very sad, quiet way, without looking me in the eye and saying, "You should come to GaryCon."
Yeah, you should.
That was one time.
I know. I tried it, and I was like, meh.
I got popcorn because of Cedar.
I'm starting a trend, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true. Also, we're gonna not chew into the mic, everyone.
If you have snacks, say so in the chat.
I'm a gerblin, not an animal.
Anyway, our first sponsor for tonight is Canadian Dice. You can go to canadiandice.ca, use the code THEVECTAIR, all one word, for 15% off of your order. Maggie, what's your dice pick of the week?
Guess what it is?
I feel like I have insider knowledge, so I shouldn't guess.
Okay, I think that Rob should guess.
It was ducks last week, I think.
Mm-hmm. So what's on theme with ducks?
Frogs.
No, I mean, there is a frog dice, but it's a mini red dice, which is totally related to ducks. Do you want to know why?
Yes.
I don't want to know why, I want to know how.
Okay.
Okay.
Ducks have
PowerPoint presentation.
Ducks bleed red.
Can sometimes be red. I think. I don't know a lot about ducks, honestly. I know there's the mallard duck, there's the call duck, there's I can't name another variety of duck.
There's Duck Newton from Taz.
No, I can't name another species of duck. Help.
No.
Help.
No, you dug this grave.
You're gonna summon Brendan Lee Mulligan if you're not careful.
Bird, comma, facts.
Anyway, why did you pick mini red, actually?
Because they're small, and maybe you're traveling this holiday season. Maybe you're going to somebody's house for season's tidings, and then you're like, oh, we could play tabletop together. I have these mini red dice. We could play it while eating duck à l'orange, the most holiday of foods.
Maggie.
Okay, then.
I'm tying it back. It works. Ryan's really happy with my sponsorship segment.
I don't think I've ever had duck à l'orange.
It's okay.
That's because it's from the 70s.
Duck and cherry sauce, honestly, is better than duck à l'orange.
It's also very, British.
Yes.
Why do they call it à l'orange then if à l'orange is French? Also, it's hard to say.
Okay,
everybody
but
steals
look
stuff
at
from the
any
French
cookbook.
because the French can't hold on to their shit.
Look at any cookbook, it's half in French, just based on ingredients titles.
Just for posterity's sake, just for being extra.
There you go.
I got a cookbook. This is my grandma's.
Nice. Well, while you're looking through that, we're still partnered with Monument Studios. They are providing all of our background noise. and sound. Because they have over 5,000 content creator friendly and royalty and copyright free music and Foley, you can use it for stream, you can use it at home, and you can use it while cooking from Maggie's grandmother's cookbook.
Yes, I already did find something French in a page that she had bookmarked.
Exactly.
Béarnaise sauce, which is, by the way, my favorite sauce if you want the key to my heart.
Yeah, I know. You can check out Monument Studios over on Instagram at Monument Studios for updates on their Fantasy Plus release, which is the Kickstarter that we supported while it was running. So go ahead and check them out. So we had to reorganize Organized Chaos, which is my 12-hour dungeon crawl for Extra Life. It will be now on December 7th. It is still a open call, drop in, drop out whenever you want to. But because we couldn't do it on Extra Life Game Day, we're actually going to do our Extra Life Spooktober giveaway today after the break. So stick around for that. If you haven't donated yet to Extra Life, you still can. Our team page is open and you will be into this draw. After the break tonight, it'll go into the December draw for whatever we have left on Artemis's couch. There's still a lot there. So... there's a lot. We got shit to give you if you don't.
I've been waiting.
Speaking of Organized Chaos moving to December, our list of games for our 12 Days of Tabletop, which is our streaming program in December when our main games take a little napsy. You can go and check that out on our Discord. The games just dropped today or yesterday. So let Artemis know if you want to play in any of them. Seats are already beginning to fill up, so go look now before there is no seat left for your butt. We want to play with you, so come play with us. Not in a weird way.
Except in Cedar's game, because that's always a little weird.
That is true. And
With
podcasts.
very little sex though, like just weird.
Yeah,
Not,
it's
like,
just weird,
not like
creepy.
Sex weird, it's just weird.
Yeah.
This one's not creepy. Did you see the summary for mine?
No, I haven't looked because I've been busy. I intend to look during the break when I get the Wheel of Names set up. So yeah, go donate, do the thing, and go join our games for December. Oops. Hope if I pressed.
Just tried to handle it because I knew you were busy, so
Yes.
I just took care of it.
I appreciate your face. Who wants to give the summary from last session?
I've done it, and Rob has done it.
Please don't ask me.
I can do it.
It's up to you.
Unless anybody else wants to.
I just want a little snacky for my stomach.
Okay. You
If
take a
somebody
little
else can-
snacky, and I'll do the recap. We did not do much according to these notes.
To be fair, there was a lot going on, but
A lot of checks.
yes.
Intro shattered, green glass everywhere. We were standing in what was left of Castle Avernus, except, on top of it, because everything that was previously Darkon and will be Darkon is under the ground in this limbo hellish place. We go towards where the battlements would be, generally about 35 to 40 feet, the walls poking up out of the ground, leaving several murder holes all around.
I love murder
It
holes.
says- yeah, in parentheses it says murder holes, and I'm like, don't remember the context for that, but I trust past Cedar's judgment. The bleed is below. Athelstan merely sat and began to just dig down with his hands, and then Keelai handed him a trowel. What kind of a man doesn't carry a trowel? Put it on your Christmas list. I don't have a Christmas list. I'm an adult. I do! Breeze also helps pull back the earth. Razira hears Squallimus's laughter on the wind. I think I heard the laughing one. Athelstan begins to speak the language, uses one of his rituals to speak their language, quote unquote, to speak the supernatural language of whatever laid below. Felt response, wrapping around his boots. digging and digging and digging. A sinkhole opened up. Keli sidestepped Breeze, grabbed Razira before she fell in a hole. Squalamus is a 5'2" human man, and he is cackling at the edge of the forest. Breeze surveys the area, sees Squalamus approaching with a fucking scythe. Not a farming scythe, one of those sickle scythes, I am assuming, since he was holding it in one hand. Cupcakes or tongues? Athelstan immediately trying to assuage the situation somehow or some way in the way he only knows how. Athelstan throws a cupcake up into the air and says, never ever watch the cupcake, or whatever the hell. Everyone is after capitalization after Squalamus. But foreshadowing, but apparently not. Smoke bomb fail from Breeze.
Yep.
Very important. Keli takes Squalamus to the ground. It says, Keli bodies Squalamus to the ground. Athelstan, shows Squalamus what the two of them really look like. And he passes out. Both of them passed out. Athelstan took another scar. So now he has, was it eyes? Oh no, he has like
On your temples.
He has very lightning crack.
It's like a shatter pattern.
Yeah, shatter pattern through both of his temples. Keli then went to Athelstan's. Athelstan seeing this. Oh, it is a starburst. It was written right there. I should have just trusted the notes. Starburst scars along his temples, much like one would take a headshot wound. Breeze woke him up. Sits up immediately, just sits up like you do. Can't read my own writing. He sits up like he used to.
Used to.
You know,
okay.
just like.
Yeah, like Kane or the Undertaker, just.
Yeah. Oh, the Undertaker. You know what? That makes sense. I loved him. I still do. And then goes over and attempts to stab Squalamus, but he can't because Ghostblade needs a body mark. His blood, meaning his blood, in order to hurt other supernatural things. Also, Keli is all like meh. But this is a side note. So do the Winter Soldier thing. Oh yeah! Convince Bree do Winter Soldier thing. Reaches into the hole, helps a skeletal hand up. Blonde hair, green eyes, his mother, Athalia. And now we're going down into the ground to possibly find Hiscosa in the dungeons. For Razira.
Technically, you already did. You've descended into the dungeons.
Oh yeah, I forgot we did get down there.
Yep.
I had deja vu.
Picked the lock. You walk to the very end of the dungeon corridor beyond prison cells that have been both empty and were in use, but the person living inside of them is no longer alive. It's not until you reach sort of the end of this tunnel that you see a familiar light of a brazier within the final cell. What's your question?
Now I know why. I put deja vu here, and I remembered the deja vu just from you describing this. Massive deja vu. Y'all remember when we went to the asylum and spoke to the quote-unquote doctor who turned out to be the vampire asshole and stuff? But this is like a callback. This is very similar to when we were, because it was like cell-like, wasn't it? Because he was a quote-unquote prisoner.
A little less bar cell, more like cement.
It was like
and...
doors with like a little window in it.
An asylum,
right?
yeah. Like solitary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So does anybody? So y'all, this feels very callback, and I'm wondering if it's got significance or if it's just like things tie together sometimes.
A dungeon is a dungeon is a dungeon.
Okay.
I'm a dungeon dragon.
I am going to assume, audience members, how dare you suggest such a thing that Affy does not have a plan?
I totally have a plan. Ooh.
Rolled insight.
As you approach the end of this corridor and you see Hisoka's cell, just as a reminder, it is lush in comparison to the other cells that are basically like a cot bolted to the wall, a toilet bucket, a bowl for food, and like some straw. Hey, Big Jim. Thanks for the raid. How you doing? We're just getting started over here. Can you do the shout out, please, Artemis?
Yes, I got it.
I appreciate
It's
it.
Already
like
on
when
it.
It's like when a political figure goes to jail.
Basically, so if you've ever seen pictures of like Al Capone's cell in Alcatraz, it's sort of like that. It is still very clearly a cell, but it's comfortable in the way that you can make a small space comfortable. So, you know, an actual bed with actual bedding. It has a writing desk. There's like a chest of drawers. He's not in prisoner garb. He's actually wearing like, you know, what you would consider normal clothes. Street clothes.
So, like anybody who's ever been to Riften Jail in Skyrim, like the Blackbriar dude in the corner.
More or less, yeah. Very much the same sort of vibes. There's a brazier as well that's like against one corner, close to the cell wall that like produces heat as well as light. So this whole space is well appointed for what it is. I mean, it's still a tiny ass cell in a dungeon under Castle Avernus. And you know, Athelstan in particular, that Aslan is not exactly a nice person. So there's not a lot of space. It seems like what's here was probably provided by people who had come to seek the seer, as opposed to Aslan himself. And because of the seer's abilities, they weren't taken away. They were just left here, and he can do what he wants with it.
He's his pet. He was his pet, like
More or less, yes.
Pet seer. Athelstan
So-
as a child definitely went down and like probably
So
even
ba-
went and got shit for him once.
So
Yeah.
basically, he didn't care enough to take it away, but he didn't care enough to give it either.
Essentially, yeah. He's
like
also
a gladiator.
aware of Hisoka's abilities. So, Athelstan and Keli, you guys can both do a focus roll for me to see how much you remember about Hisoka. Keli, you haven't really been down here in the dungeons. Usually if you were pursuing Athelstan, he would be coming up by the time that you made your way to, like, the staircase. But actually, like, being in here, you've never really been in here. But you have heard stories from Athelstan about Hisoka.
How do you spell this guy's name?
Hyskosa.
So it's Hisoka, not Hiskoska? Hiskosa?
Hiskosa, yes. Sorry, I've been saying it wrong this entire time.
Sorry, I need a toothpick. I'm listening. I got a sense.
It's like you were saying Hisoka, and I'm like, that dude from Hunter x Hunter?
Thinking of the really creepy guy.
Yeah.
What'd you get, Keli?
3.
A 3? Okay, so you don't remember a whole lot. You knew there was a seer in the dungeon. You knew that, you know, there was something about him. Probably Vistani, just based on what description you remember, but not anything specific. With your 6, Athelstan, you definitely know that this is a Vistani. You can tell even just from looking at him that, like, very, you know, like dark hair, like olivey toned skin.
He looks like Vistani here too?
Yeah.
Cool.
There are some differences. Like, instead of, you know, the very bright like vests and you know, pants and shirts and tunics and stuff, it's definitely a more modern version. Well, modern to Broken Siege of, or Broken Shear of, like, that variant. So, you know, different fabrics, different.
Yeah.
You could definitely tell there's like a mechanical
Like a style.
stitching as opposed to a hand stitching.
Steampunk.
Yes, very, very, very steampunk.
Granted, I imagine that Hiskosa was always kind of blurry a little bit.
For you, with your 6, no, you remember him pretty vividly.
Oh no, not that. Like his body just kind of like is blurry. Like
Sure, we can go with that.
I'm
You do
coming
know
up.
that there was like this cacophony of color with him. Like there was
It was
always
like LSD.
Yeah, very much an LSD nightmare. Very bright, long hair. He's got sort of like this. I don't even know what it's called, but like the devil style beard, very
The
pointed.
goatee.
Yeah, with like the very very sharp mustache and very very pointed beard, goatee style.
Can he stab somebody with it?
No, it's only
Let's do that.
hair. It's not gonna.
As far as we know, with a 3 and a 6.
Athelstan knows it's only hair. Let's not make it weirder.
A 6 is good here, Maggie.
That is true. The As you had arrived at the cell, he held up one finger just as he was writing at his writing desk, just telling you to give him a minute as he like finished jotting down whatever thought he was. And Athelstan, you remember this as usually if he didn't address you right away, it was because he was in the middle of a vision and he needed to write down what he was seeing or else it would be gone. And this is also in the vein of Darkon's anti-memory abilities. Like, he wrote down everything, and because he was below Darkon, technically, his records remained. They weren't adjusted by the powers. And so he has this, like, massive filing cabinet, essentially, that he's kept every vision that he's ever had in there.
Is it possible that Athelstan would have ever been able to bring the book to him?
No.
Didn't think so. Figured I'd
No.
ask. Because I'm wondering if he ever would have tried, but
He might have tried, but with the security around the book, you had a hard enough time getting Keeli just to read it in the library. And
it's like chained to the shelf.
Essentially, yeah. Like it's not just a book that's like randomly on a shelf somewhere. It is, the kind of book that you would see on a pedestal behind glass with like a velvet rope and then security and lasers, like the whole shebang to protect this book. Like Mission Impossible style to get Keeli just to read it without moving it from the pedestal or anything. Bringing it somewhere, not without severe consequences. So you see his shoulders kind of slack at one point, and he lets out this like long breath before putting his quill back in the ink pot. He leaves his parchment on the writing desk, and if you look close enough, you can see that it is written in a tongue that nobody understands. It's almost like it's a mixture of languages in some sort of cipher. And he turns in his seat, folds his hands in his lap, and looks at all of you. I knew you would come.
Mm-hmm. You often do.
I do. I don't know if you will find what you seek here, or you must ask for it.
He kind of like asides to the rest of the group. He's a very ask me just the one kind of seer. So.
Oh,
Like,
there's another one.
Like, just one question?
Just one question or one request, I guess. But if you can word things, maybe the circles he weaves will be a little less confusing.
Is he his dad?
Gods, I don't think so.
Or a relative? Because he sounds a lot like him. Like, in
He
terms
looks
of, like,
nothing like him. And we look at him.
Am
Make
I
a focus
here?
roll. Yes, you're
Yeah.
there.
He looks nothing like him.
But listen to how he talks.
That's supposedly a Vistani thing. Even though I don't think Dez is like... I feel like Dez plays it up a little bit. This is kind of the real deal.
Wait, so I probably talk like my dad talks then? I thought it was just how you look normally.
There are some
That-
things, that mannerisms that can be somewhat, not necessarily genetic, but it can show up in one's offspring, I guess. But anyway,
Atlas files this information away.
Athelstan like reaches to the bleed detector.
Okay.
And just like starts fiddling with it.
I mean, the Darkon is like a whole host of bleed. You know that.
Yeah.
But there were 3 symbols, I guess, 3 points on the bleed detector that. Thank you, Sherry.
Cherry booty.
Harry.
Yep,
Just like, here, Mom.
Here, have my tail in your
My butt.
mouth that is currently open. Okay.
It's delicious.
It just loves you.
I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, there were 3 points that were like super bleeds, you would call them. And you've already found one.
A traumatic injury, if you will.
Yes.
Emotional
one is-
damage.
Definitely within this cell, but it's difficult to like pinpoint specifically where.
Okay.
And we can't ask him for more questions like a genie.
He's
It doesn't work.
He's not a djinn.
No, that's what I'm saying. It won't work. Like, we can't wish for infinite questions.
You can talk to him.
I know, but he
Just
said
true, I'm
only...
right here.
You
No,
said
but you said
single.
only one question, so
No,
I have to
like-
come up with a good
no,
one.
like,
And what
if
if
you
I
have a-
accidentally ask a question while trying to come up with a question?
Technically, you did just ask a question.
not
No!
you.
This is what I mean!
What I meant was, if there is a request, you have to like maybe just once, like if request a question, he's very move on to the next topic. I mean, are you in this form at least still?
More
Well,
or
never mind. He's
less.
probably 7 conversations ahead of us already.
It
You
is
knew
no
it.
What did
fun
you hear in
playing
those other
chess.
6 conversations?
You knew Atlas would do that, and yet you let him do that.
You knew that
That's
I
a
would freak
question,
out about not
Breeze.
knowing what to... No, wait, I'm not saying it because this is gonna come out as a question when I mean it as an exclamation. I'm just gonna... Atlas makes a motion of zipping across his lips and throwing away the key.
No. Athelstan reaches over, unzips his lips. No.
His mouth
You're
is now
allowed-
open. Please do
you're
not
allowed-
look the gift horseman in the mouth while he is currently human.
We can have a conversation. But should your information requested be deeper than surface value, that is where the one lies.
Now we're having to solve a riddle?
That was not a riddle, I don't understand.
You know the spoons analogy we were talking about that one time?
Are you speaking to me or Atlas?
Atlas, my apologies.
Yeah.
Okay.
He only has so much to give. At
Oh.
once.
Okay.
We're looking for the bleed. Like, the specific point of bleed.
Yes.
Take that as you will. As I'm sure you already
And
know.
just motion at Razira.
This one is not... Well, we're all not from here, but you, as I'm sure you can tell, this one is really not from here. Or from when here.
Either way. Both. Neither. Depends on who you ask.
Mm-hmm. So we would have trouble trying to find what anchors her to this place. And this is the only place, was and will be the only place that she's been to. reachable currently. As far
Currently,
as we know.
you will find all of Darkon exists here. But,
I think we figured that out.
Mm,
as you say, the bleed you seek, why would you think Razira's is here? Because
Athelstan
of
just
location?
told you. Yeah, Athelstan just told you this is the only place in Darkon that Razira's been.
he's
Really?
trying to lead us to the answer without spending anything of his to give it. We're chewing scenery. Is that how you say it in theater? In the theater?
Gross. I mean, yes, it
To
is, but like,
scenery, it's covered in lead paint.
Oh gods, who knows what else is made? Who else?
that's
who knows?
why they went crazy.
Yeah,
And then they chewed more scenery, and it got worse.
that is what happens. It is an addiction.
Can't tell if this is hypothetical or satire, or both, or real or not.
That's
And
the best
Yes.
satire.
Razira, what do you
Yeah.
think your connection here is?
I have no idea.
Well, try looking.
You can make a focus roll.
Focus.
Athelstan will like dig into his
I'm
little pack
going
and
to
sort of snack.
ru-
while we were doing
I'm
this.
going to use the drive to roll just normally because she has no focus.
Nice.
He is a cat.
4.
Or? Okay. So where you're standing in the corridor outside the cell, you're pretty close to the brazier. You can feel that kind of heat on your skin.
You're sick.
It's just a little hotter than you would.
It's your little orb.
Cube.
Yeah, your little cube. I forgot that it was a cube, not an orb. Wrong shape. Wrong 3D shape.
As you're thinking,
Razira?
Razira, he's just looking at you, and you can feel. It's almost like this sifting in your head. It's a strange sensation. It's not like somebody combing through your memories. It's like they've always existed there, and they're just moving through it. Like another grain of sand within an hourglass. They haven't moved anything out of the way. They haven't parted the seas of your mind. They are just there. They are part of it. They have always been part of it. And you feel that just like kernel of truth that this person means you no harm, but they know more than they say. Even those things that are in the hourglass that have yet to fall for you.
You okay?
Confused.
Oh, that sounds about
Aren't
right.
we all?
Well,
Only thing I can think of is the brazier.
fire? He like
The
looks
heat.
at the others. I was kind of afraid of fire, I thought.
Yeah, but the box.
Oh, and he like looks at Razira, who's literally wearing every blanket in the house.
It's especially cold down here. So this extra heat from the brazier is very comfortable, familiar.
It's either this or there's a tiger pelt laying around somewhere that I don't see.
Do tiger pelts give off heat when not in contact with something heat related?
No, but that's the only other thing I'm missing.
Is the
Dark.
brazier something that they have access to?
It's right at the corner of the cell. Like you would be able to reach it through the bars, yeah.
Maybe look inside Athelstan, since you're the only one that can handle these things.
Handle? Oh, he like looks at it. He was about to. Hey. Oh.
You can make a survey roll.
Literally
Cool.
handle.
Yeah, that's where I was going. Survey roll. It's when you don't have one. When it's I'm sorry. I know I ask every time. You have 1 pip, no guild. You roll 2, take the lower.
If you have no pips, yes.
Okay, I did it right. 3.
3.
The other one was a 6.
There's fire. You can see some wood that's currently burning, and you can smell some sort of accelerant like oil.
Uh-huh. Do I get the sense with my mechanical hand that is also a little weird? Do I get the sense that I could just like reach in there and sift around a little bit without any harm coming to the supernatural hand or the mechanisms wherein they're in?
Not with a 3.
Okay. No, like from my like quote unquote backstory that he has been
Oh,
put with.
you don't think the arm is flame resistant. There are a
And I
lot
get-
of like not delicate, like not
some soft metals, some hard metals. So like,
yeah,
not everything in there could take it.
It's more the some of the fine wiring, as opposed to like the gears and the other mechanisms. There's, you know, particularly around like the fingers and the hand, there's a lot of fine, not fishing wire, but like a metal facsimile.
Tension.
Yeah, so like your tendons are very delicate in your hand and your wrist and your fingers.
Is there an ash spoon / shovel?
Viscosa, if we poured water on this, would the fire go out?
It is fire, is it not?
Yeah, but is it a special fire that won't go out?
Perhaps.
Can we have that which is in the fire?
I will not stop you.
May
They're like,
we have
oh,
what is
wait.
within the fire?
I will not
Can I
stop
borrow
you.
your fire poker spoon thing?
Yes, of
Um,
course. And he
I
like
take it.
gestures. It's like right beside the brazier.
Oh, cool. I reach in through the bars and I stir it around a little bit.
So you get like that kick up of embers and you know, that smell of oil gets a little stronger.
Ugh.
And you can see that there's this grate at the bottom underneath the wood itself that seems to have like the oil in it, acting as like a secondary burn source.
Ew.
But you also
Okay.
see something solid within that that's just covered in oil, like blackish oil.
All right, I'll take the thing and I'll use it to lift the ash grate.
Okay.
I'm opening the flue.
With the fire, because it's like literally like stacked. It's like a parfait.
Oh, I was like doing the thing where you kick apart a campfire to like kind of get it out of the way and also to put it out. Kind of, you spread the coals. Eventually,
Eventually,
yeah.
there's
Oh
still
wait, yeah. Never mind. I shouldn't do that. I'll wait for it to go out.
Okay.
Wait. Well, can I get some water from somebody, please?
Yeah, we've got some rations, right?
water.
Hmm.
I will
I hand you my water skin.
take a big old step back because it's gonna be smoky.
Yep. So you empty out Keli's canteen, and there's this thing about oil and water.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So the wood goes out.
But I'm not pouring it. Oh well, it's a grate. Never mind. Physics.
Yeah. So the
and
wood
that's
goes
why I
out.
said take a step back.
Smoke begins to fill, and the light is gone. So you're in this dark corridor.
Keli.
Eli?
It's just like dark for a second, and it's like Keli.
Jurassic Park lamp.
All right, so
I
you turn
imagine
on
it's
your
like the mighty
torch.
boomstick, but it's light.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, Jurassic.
And this like bullseye thing kind of moves around. It's very hazy now with the smoke everywhere. It's difficult to see. Yeah,
Sorry.
you still see where you are. You see, your friends kind of silhouetted in the shadow. Wow.
Sorry.
Somebody like bangs into the bars. Ow! Fuck!
To be real, it was totally Keli.
It was Keli. Like
Athelstan
smacked with your hand holding the torch. It was just like killing. Ah!
Athelstan like grips onto a thigh, and he's like, I can't feel my left leg. Oh wait,
I'm
Huh?
confused.
that's my leg, Agnes. No, I'm kidding.
Anyways,
Yeah. Anyway.
is that from Mrs. Brown's Boys?
Yes.
Oh, I've never seen it.
Jesus, sweetie, I have no feeling in my left leg. That's my leg, Agnes. They're giving her a bikini wax in a closet.
Everybody make a survey roll.
Survey.
Iskosa turns into a vampire.
5.
Survey. I have a lot of
3.
class things in here.
We roll how many dice we have in each of the things, right?
Yes, and if you don't have any, you roll 2 and take the lower.
Got it. So I have 3 in survey.
Mhm.
So I roll 3 dice.
You
And
do.
Okay. Just making sure I'm doing it right, 'cause it's been a while.
Double sixes.
Thank goodness I have a gilded die.
Got a 6.
Got a pair of sixes for daddy.
6. Keli?
5.
Breeze?
5.
3.
0?
5.
Listen, Athelstan. You see 6 figures within the steam.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Not including myself, huh?
You don't see yourself in the steam.
Exactly. Who else is here?
That is a good question.
Answer
Somebody
the
please.
question, please.
Is this your question, Atlas?
No. I was talking to
While
the
I'm still
DM.
strapped to my back.
Yes.
Okay.
I
Is
reach
that
over
the
and I punch.
6th figure?
I reach
No.
over in the darkness and I punch him.
He's
I end up punching
unconscious.
Keli. I end up punching Keli instead.
Make a strike roll. We'll see how well
No,
you
not
do.
for real.
Okay.
It's just for flavor. It's just flavor.
I was gonna say I would punch you back, and I have 3 in there plus a gilded. So
I'm not actually trying to do PvP. It's flavor.
Okay.
Who's there? The one which is not our party nor Hiskosa.
You know me.
Fuck.
Is that
Doll.
The doll.
out of character moves? It's Trixie. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
It's a whole ass mimic as a person.
God's fucking damn it! What would yo, artists, fan art, human Trixie. I want to see it.
Oh, it exists.
Oh, the mimic Trixie.
I forget who did it. think it was Ogloff.
Somebody did fan art of Trixie as a human?
No, of a humanoid mimic.
Okay.
I'll have to find it and send it to you.
I'll draw her and she'll just have like a huge booty.
What the? How come you have a How come you have a body now? Is it short?
You had a 6, so you can see that it's about average, probably like 5'2", 5'3" for
Oh, so I can't just like
feminine
kick it to the
frame.
moon. Got it.
No.
That'd be funny though.
It's not standing like directly within your party. It's sort of down the hall further, kind of like right at the end of where the light haze, shines.
Is
The
this a
fuck do you
fucking
want?
Shining thing? It's like the fucking hauling the Shining head.
Yeah. You're gonna ride a tricycle down here?
Except
Yeah.
filled with smoke.
Down the
yes.
stairs. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Keeli just groans.
Keeli, what have I told you about unwanted guests?
I didn't invite her.
You took it out of the crib!
Yeah, in a whole different domain before magic went crazy.
What do you want?
Doesn't answer.
Oh fuck, I don't, well actually, if it's some sort of an evil entity, it probably doesn't want to give its name. Hi! How's it going? I reach in with the tongs and open the grate.
Okay. You can hear this like shift of metal on metal as the grate is pulled up, and you hear kind of like the sloshing of water and oil together within the base of the breach.
What the ever-living hell kind of oil is this crap? The city smells. This city is ripe with it. It's awful.
Well, if it's in there with Razira's source of bleed, it's got bleed mixed in the oil, so of course it's going to be worse than normal.
Yeah, but bleed doesn't
I
smell.
take out a bleed container to put it in.
But bleed doesn't smell bad, and he like tongs it. You know, like when you like fish for it, you like fishing for that that chicken bone or whatever in the jambalaya.
I mean, not that we've seen so far, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's true everywhere. Nothing here makes sense.
Uh-huh. I lift it out with the tongs.
You try to,
Okay.
but as you're kind of like fishing around within this oil bleed mixture, you feel a hand wrap around your wrist. It is not yours to ask for.
Aha. I hand the tongs to Razira. And I with the other hand I hand them to Razira, and I take Hiskosa's hand before he can pull away.
Mm-hmm.
Does he? How does he feel? I know it's in my left hand, so it's kind of it's might have muted, but sorry. Go ahead, Razira.
How far off the ground is this thing?
You would be able to reach it. Like it's probably like hip height on an average sized person.
You're like 5'2", aren't you?
Uh,
Or
In this
4'11"?
one.
5 foot, 4'10" or something.
Yeah, 4'11", 5 foot even.
You qualify as a little person.
Yes, you do. For you, Athelstan, the feeling you get is flesh and blood. You know, there's a warmth to his hand. And there's a frailty that you never really noticed before. It's like his skin is too thin. Like vellum.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Is he lying?
You can make a read roll.
I was going to say, can I do read?
Absolutely.
Now the rules for 2 pips, 1 and gilded. That's just 2 dice. 1 is gilded.
Yep.
Okay.
I got a 6.
2.
You're not sure, Athelstan. Keli, you feel that he's okay with how he is right now. As you're looking around and kind of like just letting his countenance kind of sink into you, the sixth shadow has disappeared.
I was hoping somebody was keeping an eye on that.
I mean, I had my light pointed at her, but
She's
We just
not
hear
close enough to actually be like seen. You can kind of get the hazy idea that there is a figure there.
skitters off like a leaf.
But between the smoke and the darkness, the light kind of does that reflecting thing it does when you have your high beams on in fog. So it's not totally
Off the particles. Hate that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's not foolproof. It's not going to cut through the smoke. It cuts through the darkness, not the smoke. And between like one blink and the next, this figure has disappeared. Ask Razira.
May I take this?
It is yours to take.
What do I roll?
You don't have to roll anything. You can just tell me what you're doing.
Gonna use the tongs and take it then.
Okay. It allows you to pick it up from the oil. And you can definitely see as you're lifting it, even in the sort of like fading smoke and Keli's lantern light, it's got this drip to it. And I don't mean like drip. I mean like
viscosity.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
The bleed drip.
Yes, you've seen the
Ugh.
oil drip, but this has like this shiny, slow, viscous, almost like snot like drip from it. And as you kind of pull it towards the bars and out between them, you have this cube-like coated thing within the tongs. And you move it over to Keli, who's holding up on a bleed container for you.
Now I've got my eyes around us, because this is a vulnerable moment for us.
I feel like I should boil this when we get back.
I don't think you should touch it at all.
No, if you touch it, bad things will happen. We, out of character moves, we were specifically told, do not touch them, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, I was just making sure I didn't miss
Other than Athelstan,
Yeah,
who
Athelstan's
can
the only
touch it
one
with
who can touch
his
him with his hand.
hand.
Capital H, hand.
The metal one.
Hashtag hand.
Hashtag it. The bleed containment vial, your vial, box, container, whatever. You're able to put it in, and for the moment, you have it close, and you have this memory, Razira, of when you first obtained this cube that has always kept you warm. Tell me about that memory.
She was exploring the jungle one day when she came across what looked like another adventuring party that had unfortunately met the wandering undead that Choltis known for. While sifting through the remains, looking for anything that could be useful, she randomly came across the cube in a wizard's pouch.
Was there anything else that you found while you were there?
A spell book she couldn't read.
Mm-hmm.
Gave that to the shaman because magic.
Yep.
And not much else that was useful that wasn't also destroyed.
So that memory kind of plays in your head as you're shifting it into this containment vial. And even as you start to put it in, you can feel that heat receding as it's contained. Once it's fully inside, the lid goes on. Eli, what do you do with it?
You're already holding a burden.
Probably. Well, if this was already in my bag, I would just put it back in my bag. Like if the container was in my bag, then I would probably just put it back in there, at least for now, because I don't want it in my hand.
You try to move it away from Keli or Razira, and it's almost like it's stuck in space, like an immovable rock.
Lovely. So I just say to Razira, I'm like, you're gonna have to take this. It won't let me move it. This is your burden to bear.
It's literally the only thing that holds her here. We probably have many things spread out here and there in pieces. Because this is where we once were.
Please don't say that. I would like to get out of here.
I imagine that the ones that we need to look for are the one you've already attained. The fancy little feather.
Zero will reach out and just take the jar or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's like a cookie jar almost, but clear with a screw top lid.
As she's holding it, she's looking at it and like, if only this thing still worked.
That's the thing, it does work. But because it's contained, the magic that is imbued within it, you can feel just a little bit of heat through this strange glass. It's like glass, but it's not. There's just something weird about it. You can feel the heat through it, but it doesn't radiate within that 15-foot whatever around
It's
you.
not heat, it's radiation. Don't hold it next to your heart.
Okay.
Athelstan's like, ugh.
So it does work. It just is contained.
I wonder if there's a way to fix these things.
I have a feeling once we have them all, Moira will tell us what to do. Moria. Stop saying Moira. You keep screwing me up.
I can't help it. I keep thinking Moira.
Moria will tell us more, I'm sure.
By now, the smoke has fully cleared, and you can see just barely, like within the torchlight, that Hisgosa is rebuilding the brazier.
Oh yeah, Athelstan would be. Well, he'll probably be getting in the way, just like he always did with Hisgosa. Oh, this purple child and their incessant questions. Why am I purple?
Because that is how you were made.
Where do babies come from? No, I'm kidding. He didn't speak aloud until he was 14. But he definitely always just came and just like...
Did the weird child staring thing?
Just like sat occasionally. Yep. Bring a twig or like a snack.
Eventually the brazier does like come back into existence. It sputters a little bit as it gets rid of the remaining moisture within. And
I turned my lamp back off, so I saved the battery.
Sounds so sad.
It is sad. It doesn't like being left out. It is a sentient flashlight.
No, thank you.
Every time you turn it off, it dies a little.
see what you
Every
did
time you leave it on, it dies a little.
there. All
In a
right.
perpetual state of death. Is that all?
Can I leave this asshole with you?
No. I mean, you can put him in another cell, just preferably as far away as possible.
Okay.
So you'd let him rot and starve to death in the prison of Avernus, but you won't let me just quick kill him.
That's what you really feel like you need to do, Athelstan? Fine.
If he escapes, it's gonna come back to haunt us, like everything else has.
I don't have the energy to argue with you, so do what you're gonna do.
Fuck's
Because we need to
sake.
move on.
Does anybody want to ask any questions? It's not terribly every day that you are.
Is my source of bleed where I think it is?
Give me your hand, Bree.
Then my hand out to him.
Reaches through the bars, takes yours, folds the other one over top of it. I cannot tell you where it is, but I can help you learn your lesson.
Okay.
It is up to you if you would like your friends to see this or not.
Oh, fuck, here we go.
Like, as in it'll happen in my head, or they have to leave?
Up to you if you want them to leave or not. Know that this is a private war that you have fought in your own head. Whether you let them see it or not is up to you.
Guys, I think I kind of want to see this just myself right now.
Okay. Razira starts walking down, looking for the farthest frickin' cell.
It's one straight line, so it's really not hard. Like,
Yeah.
you're either at the very back of this line or you're at the very front. Like,
I
it's
don't
about
think we should-
100
Out-
feet.
Out of character, we should not leave Squalamus here because I can just see an aside. Like, I wonder how Hiskosa's doing down in prison, which we didn't release him out of, and it's just Squalamus rattling a tin cup back and forth across the bars. Let me out!
Well, then deal with him because I'm not gonna haul his ass all over the place. So
You're the one who put him on your back. Out of character, anyway.
yeah, my plan was just to dump him down here. I didn't realize that like we weren't gonna let Hiskosa out. So
I don't know. That's one of the things that was going to be proposed to this man.
Is there any other questions, requests before I handle Bree?
I'll wait till after.
mine can wait till after.
I will be drained after. Ask now.
Fucking hell. Unrelated, more of a personal question. Do you want me to let you out of here?
It does not matter. I will slow you down, but if you let me out, it would be appreciated.
Hey, cool.
Well, then I won't feel bad about leaving this asshole here.
Start work. Oh, okay. Ask your questions. Unless you don't want us to hear it.
I said I'd like to just do this myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Other
after,
than
Um,
Breeze.
yeah, after they're gonna be drained.
Oh, yeah, I've got nothing else.
Alice, do you have anything you want to ask? Atlas.
You're muted.
Oh shit. Okay. Does it have to be related to the scenario? And is there a price that I? No, I don't. I can't ask these questions. Fuck. Hey guys,
He's
You
not a
can
hag.
ask these questions.
He's
These
not
are
a hag.
conversational.
Okay, I was just making sure because there
The
were
question
problems
is-
whenever we dealt with the Fae and the hags and everything, so I'm just a little anxious.
I am
He's
no fae.
Vistani.
Okay,
You do
Loves
not
a
owe
cup
me
of Earl
anything.
Grey.
okay, cool. My question, since you can see into the future,
And the past and the present. And things
Uh-huh.
that may not come to pass at all.
Hey, Galadriel.
That's kind of actually how I imagine this bitch. I imagine this to be like some like slightly shiny, slightly blurry old queen with like the goatee, like the necromancer in the new Dragon Age.
My
And, like-
question is there any way that we can save Dez from his crazy hat?
That is the question you ask of me.
Yeah, because he's my friend and he's gone mad. You could say he has a crown of madness on him and not the spell. I'm making a joke because it makes me anxious thinking about it.
He wasn't already mad.
Mad in a
Just
different
offer
way.
Atlas a hand to hold if he wants it.
I hold your hand and I make sure I'm not holding Swallomus's hand on your back. I'm making sure it's your hand. I
You like reach over and you take this like cold limp hand. Oh.
Ugh.
clammy. Probably has some like icing still on it.
Yeah.
French buttercream.
Now I'm holding Keeli's hand with the icing, and it's
yeah,
just
like-
making her hand so sticky.
Athelstan's like, he's like, if you were wondering, yes, he really is this good and pure. We do not deserve him.
I know. And no, you don't.
Uh-huh.
My only question is, will I ever get home? But I think Breeze already asked the question.
You'll all get a question. Isn't just one per group. That would be unfair. But, Atlas,
Yeah.
there is a way to save Dez, but you will not like the answer.
Well, I haven't liked most of what I've learned, like about the blood spur and about, my friend going crazy already. And also about I learned that I didn't come from an egg, so this can't get much worse, I feel.
Oh God,
Are you sure about that?
I look at my hand holding Keeli's hand. Does Keeli have any wood on them? Like,
You're holding Pasta's paw through the fourth wall.
like
Hat is crazy.
Asta, what are you doing, silly girl?
She doing like Shy do.
yeah.
She's like
Oh,
looked
Yeah,
over
you
my
could
shoulder.
tell me it's fine. I mean, the worst that happens is that I take, I don't know, a stress effect.
No
Do
more
we-
of those. Ask your question, Atlas. Official.
The answer that you will not like is to remove the crown. You will leave
Uh-huh.
him damaged beyond repair.
Like, physically, mentally, emotionally.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
The crown itself has driven itself deep. But whatever taint you intend to remove with its removal existed before.
Uh-huh. So, like, is his soul, would taking the crown off help his soul? Like, if he were to be recycled, or no?
He would have the memories of who he is, as most do. But it is up to him whether he repeats his patterns or not.
Yeah, I don't like this answer very much. Not just because it would harm him physically, mentally, and emotionally, because you're making it sound like it's fated that he might be a bad person, but I don't think that's true.
It's just how it is, Atlas. Sometimes people are just not good people. They could come from the most loving family, the most loving situation, have everything that they need, but not too much.
You're so quiet for me. I can barely hear you.
I don't know what's wrong with my microphone. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's not your fault. I have you turned all the way up. I'll lean closer to you.
And sometimes people just bad, no matter how good they come from. Basically it.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I'm gonna find a way to change that. I'll figure it out.
I don't think that's how it works, Atlas. But we can
Well-
talk about that later, if you want.
I'll figure it out.
We can talk about it. Razira?
Yes.
Don't do it.
Do it.
What'd I do?
You should ask
it.
a question.
Not
should
you.
Ask,
The damn
should
cat.
ask- Yeah, do it.
Do it, pasta.
She is the damn cat. She may not
That's
look like it,
fair.
but she is. Anyway, you deserve to be able to ask a question.
What I want to know is, will I ever get home? But the question I'll ask is, will we get out of here?
Are you sure you wish to ask me that?
You might want to be a little more
You're
specific.
a little more specific.
Will we get out of this
Broken shear.
domain?
Are you sure you wish to ask
Alive?
me that?
Alive and healthy and safe. And go home. Well,
And
not
are
home.
you sure you want to ask that question? Because what if
Yeah.
it's no?
Never mind then.
No.
I'll
Okay.
let the fates
That's your
decide.
question.
The question that you ask also doesn't need to have weight. Trust me, I've asked some pretty stupid questions of this man since I was a child.
That is very true. Even ones you didn't ask. I could see it on your face.
You knew I could ask. I knew you could understand me.
Of course. I cannot give you definitive answers of the future. I can give you keys you will need to open certain doors. But whether you open them or leave them closed is up to you.
Well, I think I prefer to make my own way.
As you will always do.
You could ask him what's for dinner tonight.
I am assuming food.
Are you sure you want to know?
It's not Calypso's ghost crew's cooking, but it's okay.
Are you sure?
Also, we're probably gonna end up staying at Millie's place. If she's still there.
I'm gonna get crushed by dogs again, aren't I?
You loved it.
Yes.
There you go. Keli? You got your thinking face on. Careful, steam's gonna come out your ears.
Is that thinking or constipated? I can never tell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't work too hard, otherwise gravy's gonna come out.
I have
Also,
so many questions, and I don't know what to ask, is the problem.
that's how it is with Hiscosa.
Yeah, don't ask him what question you should ask him because that will void out the question.
Besides, we're taking him with us. We'll have another chance. Maybe.
Here's another question. It's kind of stupid, but it would probably help. Where's the key to the cell?
You've been doing such a good job lockpicking, Razira.
I believe you will find it somewhere between Greeness and Baldur's Gate.
Fuck.
Okay. She says as she grabs the lockpicks.
Okay, well, you're working
I have
on
faith
that.
in you. You have a match. You are a match indeed for Ozalin's door. Especially in the condition that it's currently in, and he like flicks off a piece of like moldy rust. Honestly, it looks like it's gonna shake apart any moment.
As you're thinking, Keli, he's like doing that same thing that he did to Razira, just sort of boring into your skull. It's not uncomfortable, it doesn't hurt, it's just like he's always been a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no sense of invasion or anything like that. It's just, he's just always been there.
Yeah. Keela just kind of lets him guide her for the moment, I guess. As he
Not
sort of
guiding.
Rolodexes through her.
No, that's not what he's doing. He's just sort of...
Oh, he's not like Rolodexing through her memory?
No. No, he's just...
Oh.
He's just there.
Inciting.
Okay.
He's not sifting through anything. He's not even really... You get the feeling like he's not looking through your memories. He's not trying to find something specific. He's just there.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Speak.
Go ahead, because like I got nothing at this moment, so.
Something I've never really thought about before, and I think you'll be proud of me for finally wondering about it. Well, will I grow old knowing peace and not having to run anymore? Hearth, home, that I can't even imagine except for the garden.
Are you sure you wish to ask me that?
Yes.
You will know it if you allow yourself to.
Thank you.
Don't think
I would like to
these are
assist
the
Razira.
choices that you will be making. It is dependent on those.
Yeah, like all futures are. But now I'm considering the possibility, so that makes it a possibility. There was a time, and I know you know this, that I didn't think I'd make it to 18 years old.
I know.
Let alone 26.
You're
Or however old I
practically
am now.
decrepit.
My joints don't hurt. It feels good.
Like Keela just laughs at that because she's like
Not
1,200
every-
years old.
Yeah, I was gonna say, not everyone is like an ancient piece of dust like you are. Some of us have regular ass lifetimes. Sort of.
Do you have a question, Keli, or will you wait? I see them
I'm
ruminating
trying to-
in there.
I'm trying to think of how to word this correctly, because I have a very specific question, and it deals with the past.
Can we like retroactively do that? Like ask that question and just let you get on with Breeze's question? Just to save on time?
Fine.
If that's
Maybe
okay.
Keli
If
could
you need
ask
another
for
moment.
help in how to word it.
We can commiserate. You could even commiserate with Hiscosa.
Do
Conversation.
you know how I got here? Are you aware of how I got?
The specifics.
That's not the
of
question.
Your...
That's not the actual question.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
it
the
has to
baseline.
do with that. I'm just wondering if Hiscosa is, like, aware of how Keli, like, got here.
Without asking that, you know he is.
Okay. Where's the door that I came in through?
Down the hall, take a path on your left.
Are you sure you wish to ask me this question?
Yes.
He asks that every time you ask him a question.
You didn't ask me.
He
Oh,
asks
he's
when it's
going
the
to.
important thing.
He's going to.
Oh.
Yeah. He always asks before it's the important thing. Like I said, ask me just the one. Anyway, sorry. I'm helping Razira.
The door you will find is between worlds. The one you need to guide you there has recently changed. Ask for them.
Motherfucker!
Who is it?
Maggie's character from Fixius?
Yeah, I was gonna say. It's Elise, isn't it? But I was going to say.
Sneeze.
Yeah, but I was
God damn it!
But what I was going to say was, it's that peasant sand ass bitch, isn't it?
Oh
those of you at
man,
home who
how
may
the
not
fuck am I
know-
gonna find them?
Would you?
Oh please,
Uh,
Alright.
that's like one of the easier tasks. Anyway.
Somehow get it, broadcast an interdimensional sale on
Shit.
fancy shit.
Mistake
be-
sale.
you have to be interesting enough.
Aristocracy sand, now available in black.
We turn
Elise
on.
is just like in the mist escorting some poor soul, and
And
all
doing
of a sudden they
Antique
just see like
Roadshow.
a yard sale.
Ooh!
Man for sale.
We have to make
Man
a quick
for sale.
Don't worry, I will get you a trinket too. What you have to do is you have to leave an offering, which is the bowl full of lube, on your nightstand.
Are you like a jellyfish crystal being at this point too?
No, yeah, I'm just like
No.
a
We
big
don't
rotating
know.
crystal.
We don't know where the timeline is. Depends on where the timeline is, because
It depends on where we bump into them.
Elise's
the
lifespan
timeline-
is pretty long, so
It doesn't. Yeah, but either way, it doesn't matter because the timeline can we can go everything is like shifting. It's like some doctor bullshit.
We've already run into
do we know if the domains move forward and backwards or just forwards?
You have no idea, but given how people have spoken of Dunamancy, yes.
I get the Dunamancy shit, but
There are
like
some people we have met for the first time, but it is not their first time meeting us. Just so you know.
yeah.
I caught that, Affy. Got you, boo.
She also named a Magister Hank Hill, so you know.
Now I'm mad all over again.
So we know that you guys did meet Sharon though, the previous.
Caro, yeah.
Caro.
I met Caro.
You met Caro.
I was there.
Yeah.
I missed
Oh
that
yeah,
episode.
you all met Caro.
I wasn't there out of character.
No, I
missed
think
that
it was
episode, but I
Yeah.
know you guys did
Everybody
meet
met
him.
Caro in the mist, though.
In
Yeah,
character,
that's
you
right.
met him.
Yeah, in the
Was-
mist.
Was Razira
Cool.
there for that?
No.
No,
No.
that was still
Ulrich. That was like
Ulrich.
the very, like
Ulrich.
week 1.
was on the way to Valshan.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. It's Breeze's turn. Did we get the lock open?
You can make
Choo-choo.
a hide roll, Razira, and you can add a drive for Athelstan helping you.
A free drive?
Yeah, it's a pre-drive.
Oh!
Okay.
I want Taco Bell.
I rolled a 6.
Great.
Damn!
Yeah, you're able to pop that lock.
I imagine it happens very like with like the stud like quiet arguing like let it go, I can no. Then it just like disintegrates.
Yeah, basically, sure. Let's go with that.
And Athelstan's just gonna be like,
It's like Razira just got tired of like failing at it, so she just grabbed hold of it like that dude in front of the White House and yanked.
yeah, just like
It-
like she was
No,
probably
it-
yanking a few times, and then Athelstan's like, you can't just brute force the.
Gang.
The best part is it was unlocked the entire time and it opens out.
She banged herself in the face.
It was literally just hooked around the bar next to.
Sure.
There's a good chance I might kill someone. No, I'm kidding.
For those of you who
Anyway.
know, you know.
All right. Thank
It
you.
opens out.
for opening my door. Now leave.
Yep.
My nose
Now we gotta
hurt.
go open the other one. So we go down, like, way down to the other end of the hallway.
Come
I
inside,
can't br-
please.
I can't break this one.
The other ones, if they don't have a body in them, they're open.
Yeet.
So we do that. Let Breeze have their moment.
Okay.
Rob! It's your turn.
So he sits on the edge of his bed and guides you to like sit in his desk chair. He's still holding your hand in both of his. Ask your question.
What I said before was... Is my source of bleed where I think it is?
And I said,
That you could teach me how to learn my lesson?
ask your question.
What is my lesson to learn and how do I learn it?
Are you sure you wish to ask me this question?
Yes.
The masks we wear protect ourselves. But they keep those that we love and care for very far away, further than we imagine. Your mask comes in many faces. Perhaps it is time to allow someone to see beneath it completely. That's where we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Bye.
I'm Affy the DM, and this is the Vactair. If you know, you know.
I swear naturally. But if I have to think about it, I can't. I can't just work the words in. Shit fuck.
Could you just like Give them like a bowl of lube, and we can just get it to go. I don't know at this point what to say or to do.
A bowl of lube.
They make it in flavors.
I will cast guidance on your penis. There you go. Pet pet.
What if we go find a plant, 2 plants that like you connect with, and then we don't just go pick them, but like you connect with them, you know?
We'll find a shrubbery. Make sure it's nice and not too expensive.
Me.
I like gloop to be right beside her face.
Move so I'm real close to them just in case
like this?
something happens.
What can I do to help you?
I feel like I'm on some psychedelics.
If you're a new DM or even maybe an
Don't
experienced
play with
DM,
us.
you're clearly witnessing DM failure here. Clearly. Engage
I try to move
players.
my piece,
Keep
I move the
interested
whole
in your
map.
game.
You have feelings and we're friends. You have feelings and we're friends. You have feelings and you're friends.
Don't you make this a pull door because I'll lose my fucking mind.
If I just try to open the door, does it open?
It opens out.
I mean, I'm sure you would have gotten there eventually, but
Did he
Well, I don't know why I learned this spell. So,
Flailing around like one of those inflatable tube guys.
no, oh no!
The wacky flailing arm 2-man.
I don't see you wiggling, motherfuckers. Wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
I only wiggle when I want to wiggle.
I'm Jason.
You want to wiggle right now?
I imagine duality's wiggling.
You went really deep, man. It's not supposed to be deep tissue.
Your ass was mesmerizing.
You just need to put the tip of the needle in.
Just the tip, just for a second.
I won't be able to sit for a week.
Well, I don't feel comfortable sharing some of the naughty bathroom things I know how to do with a bunch of children. But
Why?
What does that mean? What does that mean?
ask your ghost parents.
Oh god, my husband was here for all that. You cast this spell and the sky
Go off
above
my
begins to
face now.
swirl into this butthole.
They like in circles around you, like do 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 do. And he's saying this out loud too. He's making his own music that he's dancing to. Do 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 bigly, bigly. Do 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 do.
I will not soon recover from this. I will not soon recover from this. I have never wanted the death of someone more than right now. Keisha, it was a good fucking game, but I fucking hate Brie. Fucking hate her. I fucking hate her.
No, you don't. You love me.
I do. I do.
When one warforged loves another warforged very much.
I see you, our one true king. We stand Brendan Fraser on this channel. We don't care what time it was. We don't care what his body type is. We stand Brendan Fraser.
Do you hear that,
is
Jeremy? Do you hear that, Jeremy?
Brendan,
Go
more
fuck
like
yourself,
stand-in.
Jeremy.
Wolf anthros are adorable.
I'm gonna say while you guys are talking, the camera pans out to the lobby, and everybody in the lobby can see that Sheriff is talking to somebody in that office. Not sure who. They're very chatty back and forth, though. For both the Reverend and Jesse, you immediately pick up on a couple things. Not everybody in this town is particularly...
Don't feed the babies lead paint, coward.
They don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming.
Somebody.
Body.
Pants. We should go to that family and then see if we can appeal to them. Is that the word I want?
I think it's begging.
We could threaten them with knives.
Oh, okay.
Or
So we have many options.
That's an idea. Let's threaten them with knives. Just tell them that I murdered the entire family minus one. It'll be fine.
Nope.
I once ran into a Spanish beaver. Interestingly enough, there is no such thing as a Brazilian beaver.
I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map.
Yeah, pretty much.
What? You sounded like you were grapefruiting your man.
I'm just gonna go now.
What's that? You need me? Okay.
Does this mean we win? Does this mean we won D&D?
I never want to leave here. in the yurt.
Hello, we're back, and we're going to do a giveaway.
Really?
Yes, we are. I saw
Wow.
Rob sneaking in a donation at the last minute.
Because I forgot.
Yeah, I know. It's all good. So I've got the wheel here up on the screen. Very fancy. Thank you, wheelofnames.com. Hi, Sherry.
I love that you made it Halloween colors too.
I had it already ready to do on
Hell yeah.
November 2nd, but then I was sick, so.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, well, here we go.
I'm betting it's Agni.
It better not.
Better not.
He always wins.
Nope. It's Sir
Wasn't it?
Timothy.
Yay!
Timbo!
Oh, well, that'll make his day. Because he was asking
Yay.
about the extra life dice the other day, so.
Oh, okay. Well, Sir Timothy from Stronghold D&D, I'm assuming this is you. I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
I'll poke with a stick. It's fine.
Yeah. Good job, everybody. Don't forget, we will have another giveaway in December. So if you donate from now until end of December, December 31st, you'll be in that draw instead. And it'll have a lot of the same stuff. We got some extra life swag, stuff from Gooey Cube, Chaosium, stuff from us here at the Vectaire, and Canadian Dice, of course.
And there's some even footing games books in there.
Oh, sweet.
Because she sent me a whole box of those.
I did tell her to... She asked if she could donate anything.
Yeah, I know. There's a whole box sitting on my couch.
Sweet. That's awesome.
Yep.
Thank you, even footing games.
Rob, what do you got? Rob, what do you got? I got animal crackers. Popcorn!
Popcorn! Everybody's got
Yay! I
popcorn.
finished mine.
I want popcorn.
Well, go make some.
It's upstairs
Jeez.
and we're already back from break. And it's not a
It's okay, we can
microwavable
entertain
thing.
ourselves. I'll
yeah,
be the
that's
DM
true.
for now. It's okay, go make popcorn.
We win
And
D&D.
everything was
We
dust
win.
No,
was
you all
love
lose
and
the
big
game.
rainbows.
Fuck you.
Somehow, magically, all of the things we need are in this room. And we win.
I don't think that, like, we would need, like, at least, like, 20 therapists in this room.
No, I don't think that I feel like Maggie could be a cruel DM if Maggie put their mind to it. I don't like that. Okay. Okay, that's enough.
Really, their cruelty would just be doing the Toad voice the whole time. Don't. Damn it. Anyway, where we left off, Breeze, you received your answer. It was something.
Yep.
What you do with that information is entirely up to you. But know that it is your lesson to be learned.
No, Maggie.
Are you done?
Sherry,
What?
stop helping your mom.
Are you done?
No, she says,
No.
I want popcorn too. Make me popcorn so I can lick the bowl.
She need that sweet, sweet salt. That salty, salty salt.
And
She's a
butter.
good girl.
And butter.
So the rest of you have moved to the end of the hallway of cells as Breeze gets their answers. What are you doing? Yeet Squalamus into a cell?
Yep.
Okay.
And I just, like, step aside and look at Athelstan. I'm like, if you want to do this, I'm not going to stop you.
What's
And I
changed?
walk out of the cell.
What's changed between now and then?
No buttholes. That's not what's
That's
changed.
what's changed. No buttholes.
Damn.
Don't walk away. I want to know.
Just
Look at me
I
in
don't
the
have it in
eye.
me to fight you about it.
Just look me in the eye and tell me why. Just talk to me. You talk at me, but you don't talk to me anymore. I'm trying. I haven't even stabbed you once since we got here.
What's my cat doing?
I don't know. He looks over at Razira.
Yeah. I just saw her like out of the corner of my eye, and she was like batting at something back here. So I don't know.
Let's be real. Razira's probably going through Squalamus's pockets.
Probably.
Pockets.
I mean, he is tied up, so.
Did you guys loot Squalamus? Actually, that is a good point.
Yeah. Well, they took his scythe, and he had something else on him too that you took, but I don't remember what it was. Didn't he?
I don't know.
I have to go back and rewatch that episode
I
because
didn't
I
make
didn't
a
have
face,
time.
so I think there's something up with needing to loot Squalamus.
It's just my face, man.
Sus.
We know you better than that by now. There's
We know
always
that
something.
you and
done.
Artemis have faces in all caps.
Yeah, we do.
I loot Squalamus on Keeli's back.
Okay. Give me a.
He's a midget. Oh, shouldn't say that word. Sorry. He's an asshole little guy.
Yes, he is.
He's a little bitch.
Give me a survey roll.
I just yeeted him in the cell, so you can search him all you want.
Yeah, I search him. Survey, so that's 3 die. That would be a 4.
Okay. You find a little bit of this realm's money. It's not gold or silver or copper or anything. It's actually like
Oh, this
old
worthless paper.
English like banknotes.
Notes.
It's not even like like bills. It's
who's the king?
Paper with like, this is how much this banknote is for.
Yep, old school style.
Hey guys, look what I found. I wave it in the air.
Riveting.
Paper? No,
You
we've
have
seen money.
Yeah, you have about like $300-ish in whatever this currency is.
Where did Squalamus get all of that?
Where do you think?
He's a
Where do you think? He killed people and he stole it from them.
That's fair. That's fair.
After he cut
okay
out
to-
their tongues. I'm surprised he doesn't have a pocket full of tongues.
I checked for
the
a
other
pocket.
pocket.
Yeah, I checked for the pocket full of tongues.
Yeah, you reach in and it's squishy.
Hey guys, I found
Ew.
them.
Don't touch that with your bare hands. You
You
don't
don't
have
know
a
where it's been.
Your immune system is not that of a centaur.
What do I do with them then? I was just holding them and like fidgeting.
Put them back.
They're in like different stages of rot too. So like one of them's like super squishy and
It's
like your finger
putrid.
goes into it.
Stop that.
Well, you have to
That is
understand,
disgusting.
I grew up with what's his name, Pickleball Man from the carnival. Piccoli.
Piccoli.
Yeah, I grew up with Piccoli, so this is not phasing Atlas at all. This is like
I am calling
Kyle
him
explained to
pickleball from now on.
Okay,
Full offense intended.
I put the tongues back.
Okay, your hand feels sticky.
But
Can I wipe my hand on the wall?
But aside,
Sure.
But off of this aside, Atlas, I'm sorry. You are hilarious and you ask very good questions. Thank you very much for your input here and for asking questions. Answer me. He turns back to Keeli, even like reaches out and takes a hold of her forearm and looks down at her right in the eyes. If I had all of my eyes, I would open all of them to make sure you could look into them, and then I'd watch you struggle as you tried to figure out which one to look into, and I would just be like, pick one. There. I haven't seen you smile in so long. But that's beside the point. Talk to me.
You acted so out of sorts when you saw him.
Yeah. I was afraid.
We're all afraid.
I know. I was afraid, but in that moment, I felt like I could do something about it. And I feel like I don't regret what I tried to do. I don't think it has anything to do with honor or a balance of alignment to protect what is closest to you and to also protect anybody else who may have suffered at his hands.
At what cost?
At what cost? When will you realize, Keli, that I would tear down realms for you? I want you safe. I want you all safe, and I want you around for a long time. I won't have any of you taken from me like that. Not if I could have done something about it. I didn't want to
Did
wake
I
up
ever tell
one
you what
day-
happened?
Go ahead. What?
Did I ever tell you what happened?
When?
How I ended up here?
In certain words here and there, I guess. You followed a purple lantern, and then all of a sudden you were walking in the dark.
But before that.
About Rirka? Yes.
Did I tell you what we were doing?
Not who exactly, but I knew that.
Damn it, Maggie.
I just looked down and realized because I didn't see your lower fingers. Gross.
Maggie! For podcast listeners, I was making the
scissor motions. The scissoring motions, and not like fabric cutting scissors. Like
No,
Rob
the
is
other
currently
kind.
doing. No. No. Burning down civilian camps or people who weren't a part of some huge war that is so far gone out of your life, but yet you still carry it.
I could have stopped her. Could have stopped her from going back. It would have been easy.
Would it? How can you know that?
Because she turned her back on me. It would have been so easy to end it right then and there. But I didn't.
Did you want to? No.
In a way, yes. Because I knew where she was going. I knew she was going to go back and follow through with what we were told to do. All of those innocent people that had nothing to do with anything. Their blood is on my hands just as much as it is on hers in that respect.
In a way.
But it is a choice I would make again.
Good.
There has been too much unneeded violence in my life. And up until now, yes, I've seen you do some pretty terrible things. But it wasn't without warrant.
What makes
and
you
I
think
know
that...
who he is, and I know what he's done. But in this moment, he's just as broken as the rest of us.
Doesn't matter how broken he is.
Doesn't it?
Yes, we're all in the same situation. Of course, I understand that. I don't think that's how it works, Keli. He's still himself. Yes, he's broken. Yes, we're all broken. But we've been put back together. So is he. One way or another. He's never been one to operate on all cylinders before. Not cylinders, that's too modern of a phrase. He's not been one to operate on all four axles, all four spokes before.
Take a drive.
Thank you. I will take that drive. Thank you, Daddy. It's how it's always been. The stakes are no different,
does the cycle of violence stop?
It doesn't. It doesn't, Keli. Not in the way that you think it's going to stop or that you want it to stop. There is always going to be a reason to fight. The reasons for fighting is for peace, is for safety, for freedom, because slavery's bad. Fascism's bad.
I agree. I spent 300 years fighting alongside beings that had no say in what they were doing and why they were created.
Uh-huh.
Couple of them were batshit crazy.
Nobody asked to be born, Keli. That's how it works. But we are the ones who make the choices.
When does this cycle end?
As long as life is still living. That's what the cycle is. It's a circle. Growth, death, decomposition, and then growth again. That's literally the whole thing about life. It's not. I don't think what I did or tried to do was needless.
It was out of character for you, in a way that
Was it out of character? How was it
frankly
so out of
scared
character?
me.
I'm sorry that I scared you.
At least recently.
I'm sorry that I scared you. What do you mean recently? I can't.
For a long time, it was just you and me traveling.
Yeah.
And we got into this pattern. And then we met these people. And everything changed.
Because it wasn't just us anymore, Keli.
No, but they brought a softness that we needed.
Yes.
That we had forgotten about. And maybe you never knew in the first place.
Not in as many words, but in a way, yes.
And you changed because of that. This circle, yes, I agree that it is a circle. But that doesn't mean that it has to be violent.
So if he had been on his feet, sickle or scythe in hand, and then I stabbed him, would that still be considered to be the violence that you were talking about? If we were back in that fucking castle, Keli, where he flew around the room like an annoying little midge on a hot summer day, cackling back and forth in every ear, every eye, freezing you to the spot while a giant fucking vampire dreadlord that shouldn't have been able to leave his goddamn domain was
that's
just
a
about
conversation
killing
I'd like to have with Shale, but we'll come to that later.
There were so many times, Keli, that in that moment, some of us went down, some of us got back up. Yes. That's how he works. He's not any different just because we're here. Yes, probably broken in different ways. There's no equality in violence begets violence. Because there are different types of violence. There is civil disobedience, and there is rising up against an oppressor, someone who means you harm. Preventative. Yes.
Is a symptom of a bigger problem.
So am I, Keli! I may have flat teeth right now, and I might be softer than a fucking peach. But I am a product of that environment.
Okay. So
Aim in
change
my
the
mother.
parameters.
My father came in my mother, and then I was born. That's how it works, Keli.
I'm aware of how it works.
Well, I didn't know. You're a lesbian. How was I supposed to know if you knew or not? If you got the talk of the wyverns and the goblins. Or whatever the
That's
fuck
how
it
it
is.
works.
An egg.
I've never... Yes. There is a softness to me that I have shown. It's not that it was never there, Keli. It's that I wasn't safe enough to show it. It's that I was not in a place where I could show it. So when it was just you and me, it was better. And then when it was all of us, it got better. I took off the mask. I didn't have to just be a monster. I could be an animal. And
What
you
were
cannot
you in
say
that
you
moment?
wouldn't. You could not say that you wouldn't do the same had you been in my position. In that moment, seeing what he truly is, and reminding myself what I am as well. I'm having a bit of an identity crisis because I look nothing like I used to. You'll have to forgive me on that, sure. But I have always been capable and deserving of love and softness, respect. And I think that you are too. And if that love and respect, and if that means that I nip a problem, a very serious problem in the bud before it can become a bigger problem, protecting, even if it's just protecting the people who live here in Limbo who have no idea what's going on. Did you not see the bundle of tongues that Atlas just pulled out of his left pocket? Those came from someone's mouths. And the 300 notes that were in his pocket came from someone else's wallet clip. And I was not ready to just let it go. Sometimes I wanted to stop it, and I knew I could, and I wanted to try, because you're worth trying for. Breeze is worth trying for, Atlas is worth trying for, I'm worth trying for, Razira is worth trying for, you're worth trying for, we're all worth trying for. I want you safe, and I want you around for a long time, until you see fit to find your way back home. But just because you go back home one day, Keli, doesn't mean that I'm not going to see you again. Because you're fucking stuck with me. I don't know how else to explain to you that I have always been this way, that it's just that I couldn't show it. And I'm sorry that you and I weren't allowed to be this way. I'm not a child in an abusive home anymore. And neither are you. And I won't let you become one again. I won't let any of you become that again. He looks at the rest of us. As long as I have the ability to do so, I will never stop trying. Because I want to grow old. There's no proof that I can, well, right now I'm sure I can, but because being human sucks. My heart is racing right now, and I only have one heart. It's very disorienting. My back feels unbalanced. Everything is awful, and I get vertigo more often than I have ever had in my entire life because I can't see all around me all at once. Yes, Razira.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I just heard your mic turn on.
Oh, you unmuted like you were gonna say something, so.
I want... Well, there's no proof that I can die of natural causes. In fact, there's a lot of things suggesting that I'll live a very long time if I don't die or get killed. I think it'd be cool, you know? To look in the mirror and see what color age spots would look like on me. What color my hair would be. And if I stayed tall or if I would stoop low. And I know that's not necessarily something for you. You're old as batshit, but still.
Will you do what you think is right? I won't stop you.
I don't think it's right to leave him here to starve to death, exactly. I think... Well, it's not... Actually, no, he kind of deserves that. What do you want to do? This isn't about him anymore, Keli. He's not a threat anymore. And I close the door on him. And I lock it.
Lock it. How do you lock it?
I ask Razira to lock it.
There you go. Give me a hide check, Razira.
6.
Yeah, you lock it. Quite
This
deftly,
goes
in
up.
fact.
Good.
Yeah, about that time, Breeze and Hiskoka are coming down the path. Breeze, when you were in the cell after your lesson, you kind of just sat for a couple moments.
Zoned out.
Yeah, a little bit of disassociation. While you were doing that, he was like puttering around the cell, kind of like stuffing things into a bag. More things than should be possible.
It's like Merlin.
Yeah.
Pockety pockety walkety whack. You saw
More or
some whack
less.
shit.
You saw like the entire filing cabinet was emptied out. All of his clothes were kind of like hastily shoved into this bag. But it's, you know, the size of a large satchel, so somehow it's contained all of this. Are you ready, friend?
No, but yeah.
Let's just go home. Or as close to home as we can get here.
We agree, so we do it.
All right. You head back up to the surface. As expected, your mother is there. She was clearly pacing as there's this space around kind of one side of the sinkhole. Yeah, it's literally like just broken down from walking back and forth. And as you emerge, she lets out this breath of relief and then sees Hiskoka and then looks back at you all. Notices Squalamus is no longer present. She doesn't ask any questions, but it's very obvious that she's kind of clocked some changes.
We traded the seer for the psycho.
A good change, I think.
We should go back to the lighthouse.
We're not gonna make it there before nightfall.
It'll be safer. No, but we can stop for the night where we stopped on the way here and
If she's still there.
But we need to get your mother to the lighthouse where it's at least safe.
Yeah. We agree, so we travel.
Or safe adjacent.
Fast travel.
So you begin to head back in the direction of the city. And you know that that'll take you past Millie's farm. By this point in the day, it's probably like mid-afternoon, so you do feel like you could make it, but it'll be late into the evening. So you can choose to stop and camp, or you can go right through to Millie's.
It'd be safer if we just go.
Go.
Keep going?
For us and Millie.
Okay. Do you prepare in any way for traveling at night?
Yeah.
I mean, I have the flashlight thing.
That's not gonna last.
Like when it does
long.
start to get to that point where like it's dark and things like that, and
Does Hiscosa have any capabilities of lighting our way that will be less costly?
You don't think so?
Torchlight from
I
the
think
oil?
we had torches.
Yeah, you have torches.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like we can light our way.
I'm gonna say if nobody has anything else, I think still. Yeah, I still have 2 slots available, so let's say one of those was just a whole fuck ton of batteries for that light.
You could take one battery.
Damn it.
One back.
It was worth a try.
They're big and heavy. They're not like little double A's. We're talking like a big industrial,
they're like
like a car battery.
Or like if you've ever seen those electric lawnmowers, the batteries that go in those things.
Yeah, like the Ryobi
Yeah.
stuff. Like they're big batteries. Like they're not,
Big-ass
and they're
battery.
heavy. So you think there's probably like some measure of like gold and lead and like they're heavy.
Yeah.
They're not light by any means. So you
we
can
light
say
our
you
way.
have one battery if that's what you want to use for an equipment slot.
I mean, I might just take another frickin' light.
You can do that.
We don't have one.
Torches.
Yeah, just
Or lantern, like
just
if you
quiver
like an
torches.
actual lantern,
Yeah, like a belt lantern.
kerosene lantern type situation. You can just
Yeah,
say that
but
too.
she's not good with fire even still.
I'll take the damn lantern.
I'm just offering suggestions.
Yeah.
I know.
Anyways, we figure out the lighting situation, make sure everybody has a snack and goes pee, and then we go.
Okay, so please confirm your lighting sources.
Torch.
Torches until it gets like really, really dark, and
Okay.
then
I'll light a
my
lantern.
big light.
And she'll have her big light.
And you have the lantern that you got from like under Darkon?
Mm-hmm.
Or under Berkshire other in Darkon.
Yeah.
In Revalis.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
What about you, Atlas?
Let me double check my sheet. I believe that I have.
Keelai has a dungeoneering pack, so like essentially.
Yeah, technically, I don't have anything that could serve as a light source.
You should have one or two equipment slots that you can use to fill with something.
Okay, yeah. Could I have taken a lamp as well?
Yep. Absolutely. So you got 2 kerosene lamps, a torch, a big flashlight. I'm sorry,
Jurassic Park light.
Yeah, Razira, what did you take, or are you just carrying an extra battery?
Probably just another. Just an extra torch just in case.
Okay, sounds good.
We're lit up like little beacons.
It's
And every time a moth comes by, Athelstan just like reaches out and like gently grasps it from the air and lets it crawl around in his hand.
Then eats it.
No.
I'm
Too
kidding.
dusty.
Great. As long as this doesn't turn into an episode of Jurassic Park.
I do like dinosaurs in my D&D campaigns. No, just kidding.
We know.
Breeze turns into a stegosaurus.
The there's enough light around you that you feel comfortable. It keeps the darkness at bay, and even though you're moving through this sort of densely packed forest away from Castle Avernus, the light just gives you that feeling of safety. You know things beyond in the dark, particularly when you were in Ravalis. Things just sort of loomed outside of your light bubble. And it feels very much the same here. The only difference is these aren't feathered creatures, feathered cockroach type creatures. They're, sinuous and tall and lanky, and they almost remind you of your Woe Strider. Except they...
Oh, man.
They have this sort of long, almost like horse-like face and heavy antlers.
No! Nope!
Oh, no!
How dare you?
Oh,
How
no.
dare you?
The Leshies followed us here. Oh, God.
They have this sort of draping over top of them that's almost like a blanket, but you realize when you get just a little bit more of a glimpse of them, it's actually like shorn flesh that's hanging off of them, like a pelt. And the smell of rot and decay kind of follows you as you make your way through.
This place sucks.
And they're not alone. There are other things, bipedal things, things with multiple legs, but they're all tall and lanky and just unnatural in every respect, especially in a place like this where everything has appeared either mutated below or humanoid above. To see these things on the surface and not below in Darkon where everything has been mutated or blended together or mashed together, these creatures are wrong. They're just wrong. And it makes you move a little faster through the brush. The torchlights flicker almost violently with your movements because of how fast you're going. And it isn't until you see Millie's house lit up like its own beacon in the darkness that you feel that sense of safety begin to return. But you still rush all the way onto the porch. And it's not until you get onto the porch and it creaks a little bit under your weight
Get off the roof, get off the roof, get off the roof, get off the roof!
that you feel nothing will hurt you on this porch and once you're inside.
No, all I'm remembering when Cedar did that was the Jackie Chan adventures. Jackie just running around, bad day, bad day, bad day.
Bad day, bad day, bad day! Yes!
You do notice that inside the house, despite all the lights being on, the lanterns being lit, it is empty. The door is open, and there's no sounds of dogs. Even the sounds of chickens out back is gone. What do?
Keep going.
Knock for good measure.
Yeah.
Okay. You knock. There's no reply.
Millie! We are coming in now!
Okay.
And he says to himself, I'll be there when you get where you're going.
You push the door open, and without the life inside of it, inside of this house, it feels definitely more like a shell. You get the sense, like the smell of old baking, like that sort of sugary smell that always hangs in the air. It's very much like how it was in the tavern under Ravalis. That sort of lingering sweetness that was indicative of a baker that is no longer here. You get the smell as well of dogs. And kind of moving through the space, you can see that it's in a state of being abandoned, like mid-task, almost. You can see that there's some stuff already working in the kitchen, like a meal that was in the middle of being prepared that has just been left. Other than that, it appears to be empty. And as you close and seal, like latch the door behind you, you again just get that little hint of those creatures beyond in the dark. But they don't move any closer.
Are there signs of violence in the house? Or just emptiness?
You can make a survey roll or a focus roll.
I'll take the survey as I can actually do that. 5.
4 and a 5. It doesn't appear to be. You would say, Razira in particular, you would say it was like hastily packed. There are some things missing, but it's not anything that, it is indicative of violence.
Maybe we all stay down in the main room together.
What are you saying, duality?
We were dealing with a ghost, weren't we?
No.
Maybe?
Not really.
I think whatever was out there was worse.
They remind me of some things I've seen back in shows.
Remind me never to go there.
If it's anything like Valishan, I don't want anything to do with it. No offense, Razira.
Usually those things are a lot more dead, though.
You settle into the living room.
Yeah.
Set up a watch.
Start a
Get
fire.
a fire going. Yeah, get a fire going.
All right. You start a fire on the hearth and settle in for your evening.
Prevent Razira from sleeping in the fire where it's warm.
She's afraid of fire. No, they're not going in there.
That's true.
Do you do anything else to prepare for bed?
We should probably lock the door. Is there a door lock?
Lock the doors, barricade the doors, close the windows, draw the curtains, batten the hatches.
Yeah, we batted down the hatches.
We Macaulay Culkin this
that
shit.
paranoid people do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You do the thing with the doorknob where you put like a chair under it so that you can't turn the doorknob as well as
And
lock
then we
it.
put like a heating lamp on it.
Okay, Home Alone.
I know, I said we Macaulay Culkin the shit out of him.
All right, so you secure the back and front doors. What else do you do?
Is his name Macaulay Culkin?
Macaulay.
We'll make sure that the blinds are down, all that, the windows are locked, whatever we can do, especially in that main room, to just like make sure that room in particular is safe.
Flip the side
lit.
tables up against the windows,
Okay. So you're like
all
zombie
of the things.
apocalypsing preparation for it?
If you saw what was outside, Affy, maybe you would too.
Hey,
I
guys,
have,
you wanna
and
know
yes, I
something
would.
scary? You want to know something scary I thought about?
Yeah.
I don't want to say it in front of the DM, but I will. What if the threat's actually inside the house and we're actually trapping ourselves inside the house?
We didn't go upstairs. It's entirely possible.
Yeah.
Hence the watch.
Yep.
Okay. So you don't go upstairs?
We probably need blankets unless you took them all.
Do you go
look? Yeah, I mean,
should we clear the place?
Yeah, probably.
All right.
Doors and corners.
All right, let's go.
Did you just say horse and corners?
Doors and corners.
Okay.
All right. Who's leading the check upstairs? Is everybody going? Are you staying together?
The brick shit house and the gun wielding one.
Keela and Razira for sure, because we're Keela is trained and.
Well, Razira doesn't use a gun, but she has those fucking shredder claws.
You have an ass full of guns.
Actual...
You do
your
have an
class-
ass full of guns.
Your class is like gunslinger equivalent in Candela. I'm sorry, but
I had it listed as a hand weapon. That was it.
You have a
You have
hand
a
weapon, but you
whole-
also have guns.
You got a whole wall of guns in your room.
you are
A
Jane
gun
Cobb
in
from
your
Firefly.
Okay,
The fart
fine.
cannon 5000.
You were Keira Knightley in the third Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Yes,
Literally.
yes. So formative.
Pull out a full fucking musket from your pants. Like, you got everything.
Yep. No one needs to question it.
Yep. But yeah, Keela goes up and very methodically doors and corners and checks the rooms because she's been up there, so she kind of knows what they look like at least, and
Okay.
just falls into that sort of like military training that she has.
Okay.
Like
we'll
a cop.
say, give me some move roll, a move roll, to see how well you kind of like navigate the space.
She's doing her own theme music.
She's not freaking Kronk.
Out of all of us,
Sticks on my gilded die.
Okay, so if you have a nerve drive, you can take that back. Yeah, you're able to get upstairs, kind of avoiding like the creaky fourth step and, you know, sticking to the edges of the steps so that none of them creak on the way up. Moving through the hallway, you're able to see that the sort of linen cupboard is open, but you can see that there's like extra blankets and stuff still in there, but there's definitely a shelf that has been emptied.
Okay. Does it look like Millie left us any kind of like note or anything as we're checking through things?
Not that you've seen, no.
Okay.
Checking the 3 bedrooms, the one that you slept in is pretty empty. The bed has been stripped. It looks otherwise untouched. A couple of like the bric-a-brac have been packed or have been taken. Same in the other 2 rooms. Millie's bedroom, which you haven't seen before, is very much in the same state that it was clear that things have been packed and taken out of this space. But you don't know what's missing because you didn't know what was there in the first place. Doesn't appear to be anybody up here or anything up here.
I just make sure to like, you know, flip the little window lock to make sure that it's in the lock position.
Sure.
On the rooms and stuff like that if there's any in the hallway or whatever. And
yep, there's like one at the end of the hallway and the bedroom doors are on either side. The bedrooms themselves do have windows as well, and other than the linen closet, there is another door that leads to like an attic space.
okay. I mean, I guess we clear the attic too.
Okay, so opening the attic door, you can see like a very, very sharp, steep staircase. It's almost more like a ladder, except that there is like a angle,
like steps, but yeah, like
very,
angled
very,
ladder.
Yeah, very steep. Big enough basically for like your toes and the ball of your foot to step on, and that's it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So heading up there, you can see, again, this is like a storage space. Lots of boxes and crates and a couple chests. Dusty and dark. And a little bit musty.
On my light.
Okay. Your like flashlight?
No, the big one. The Jurassic Park light that I have.
Yeah, the flashlight.
The flashlight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. You. And you start moving it around the space. You can give me a survey roll. Razira, you can give me one as well as you come up behind Keelai.
5.
Okay. Zero?
Also 5.
All right. Nothing really out of the ordinary. You see, like, there's an armoire up here. Looks kind of similar to something you've seen before. Other than that, it's just storage.
Great. Is that how we get to
Similar
Narnia?
how?
Make a focus roll to try and remember.
Man, I'm bad at these. I'm gonna use a drive.
Sure.
Oh, that's a 6.
I rolled 2 5s.
All right. It looks like the wardrobe that was in Ravalis in the tavern's bedroom.
Ah! It's a doorway!
I go over and just sort of like... Razira, if something jumps out of this fucking thing at me, please stab it. And I just kind of like... Open it up.
And a mummy pops out. Opening it up, you can see that the inside looks very similar as well. You can see that there's a hook for a mace and some armor, but it's empty.
Okay.
With your 5, I'll say you can see that there's just a little bit of a gap on one side of the back wall.
I rolled a 6.
Oh, 6, sorry. Yeah.
Okay. I just kind of... Does it look like it'll go, like, backwards? Like, if I, like, poke it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, poke it.
Creaks open.
Great.
Thank you, Razira.
Good Foley.
Really, it doesn't actually creak. It's just Razira making sound effects and behind you.
Yes.
Probably, like, honestly.
This is all I accept about this.
The space behind it almost looks like a... Have you ever seen, like, a basement cellar? It's literally just, like, the walls, and then there's, like, shelves and stuff in them, like, built in. That's what it looks like, except the shelves are empty. You can definitely tell something was disturbed in here, as there was dust, and then there was shapes in the dust on each shelf.
Disturbed.
Thank you, Maggie.
I contribute.
Good
and
job.
So does this, like, what I'm looking at here, does this make sense with, like, the dimensions of the house?
Yes.
Okay. So it's not like this is like an extra space. This is just like somebody blocked off a wall, stuck an armor in front of it, and knocked the back wall out.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's okay. Okay. Cool. I pull everything closed again, and I guess we go back down by the others.
Sure.
I don't see anything else.
Well, they're upstairs. What are the rest of you doing?
Honestly, I feel like I don't want to assume, but maybe Athelstan noticed a little bit about something that, like, Breeze is maybe a little shaken about. I don't know.
Make a read roll.
All right.
Breeze, if you are trying to disguise something, you can make a sway roll.
6 on the gilded.
How do we check to see if Breeze is disguising something?
You can do a read roll.
I want to read them, because I assume Breeze and I are hanging out while everybody's gone, or are we all together?
I'm there too.
Athelstan and Breeze, you all are all together in the living room.
Okay.
I got a
Just
6 as
hanging
well.
out.
On your gilded, or?
No.
Okay.
We're gonna roll with the least die. I rolled a 4.
Okay. You are pretty and oblivious.
I am pretty.
You are pretty. There's something hinky, Athelstan, but you don't know what it is.
He'll scoot his way over there.
Okay.
You okay?
I'll figure it out.
Do you want to talk about it? If not, you don't have to.
Yeah, not right now.
All right. You want to talk about something else? Or do you just not?
Kind of wanted to like check out the rest of the house, just make sure there wasn't anything left that we're missing.
Well, I haven't heard any gunshots or any screaming and anything like that, so...
Did they hear the creaking?
You hear Razira creak from 2 floors up.
He like curses.
You know, for someone that doesn't like ghosts, they're really creepy.
Yeah. Creaky.
Yeah, that's it.
Get up.
If you want to check the first floor, you can give me a survey or a focus roll.
Mm-hmm.
I'll sit with my mother, I guess.
She just gives you like a wan smile, takes your hand, rubs it in both hers.
4.
4. In the kitchen, you find the icebox. It definitely has like a cold chill around it, and you open it up and you can see there's like some prepared pastries and stuff. That's about it though. Are you okay, son?
I have a lot of questions. But not as many as I thought I would.
How lucky that you have a seer here. You kind of like look across and
yeah,
he's like sacked out by the fire already. He's done for the day. He basically took your bed from last time and he's out.
He was always kind to me.
Sometimes we find kindness in the darkness.
I've come to learn that. Are you really here?
She like takes your hand and like forces your fingers to pinch her skin. Feels real enough.
There's some Matrix questions.
I'm not sure what kind of a lesson I'm supposed to learn from a mother I never knew.
I don't know either. I don't know anything about this, other than I'm your anchor in some way.
We're gonna go most physical aspect. Was any of your soul used
In what
Make
way?
me.
Of course. You're as much as me as you are Aslan.
I wasn't recycled. Well, many more than you two were, at least.
Aslan experimented a lot.
Does Athelstan still have all of his scars from his previous body for the most part? Because I think
Yeah.
you said he has the cheek scars.
Yeah, he
Oh, I
just
know.
has the scars that have been mentioned that like adjusted your mechanical character sheet.
Yeah, just making sure.
They were just, you know, because I needed to move some things.
Oh, I know. I know that he experimented. He starts pulling the buttons loose on his shirt. And he pulls it open and parts the fabric away. And it's white. Because, like, he's not purple. Well, you
Yes.
said it's like, you said his scars do have kind of a lavender look to them.
Yeah.
Still somehow.
Like, you know how some scars kind of maintain like a reddish
yeah.
quality? Yours have like a purplish quality.
You want to know how I got these scars?
And sure, he does have a series of scars, but one most prominent upon his chest is very clearly what we would consider to be an autopsy scar.
Yeah.
I know he experimented.
I know. And she just like very slightly kind of pulls her gown to the side, and you can see the beginnings of a similar scar.
Do you love him?
Gods, no. I did maybe once, but no. The reason I became what I was, it was because I did love him at one point. And his betrayal broke me.
Was it before or after he opened you up and gutted you like a pig?
Before. Long before.
Did he make you into that? What happened that night? Not the night. The night. During the storm. When I was born. Or so they say I was born. I've gone through my whole life thinking I was a corpse.
Definitely
and I still
no.
have. No, I'm sure. I'm sure I'm not. But that doesn't mean that I don't still experience these somatic delusions of being a corpse. And it helps to know I'm not. But what happened that night?
You were born, and
You were trying to escape, he said.
Yeah. I made it as far as the edges of the northern gates of the castle's lands.
Not on the battlements.
No. And I ran, and I ran, and I ran, and as soon as I got to the edges, you started to come. And there was nothing I could do to stop it.
And?
You found me and brought me back.
And then?
You were born. And I loved you so fiercely.
They told me, or at least I had the inkling that I never knew you at all.
Of course. How do you alienate somebody and expect them to have known their mother?
Yeah, but I think that I believe them because it would be something that they would do to me.
A lot of what you were told is falsehood, especially if it came from before you remembered.
That's the thing. Sometimes I remember things, but I don't know if it's manufactured or if it's true.
Joys of Darkon.
The blood of the sun, the flesh of the moon. Sundered sky ripped from the womb. The night grows long, and the banshee scream is my cradle song. I have apparently imagined that night to the point that I could see it clearly in my head. You running on the battlements like you were going to jump.
That was years after.
When did... Tell me. Tell me what happened.
Remember when I pushed you?
Yes.
I didn't push you.
Then what happened? Because this is not nothing. And he takes her hand and he holds it to the back of his skull. To feel the split as it curves around.
You were trying to escape. I had a potion that would let me fly. But your father found us before I could take it, before we could leave. And he sent magic to push me off. But you jumped in front like the foolish boy you are. And we both fell. I didn't make it. You did.
You're telling me that I knew you for 9 years.
Yes.
I want to see if she's lying or if it's a falsehood.
Make a read roll.
Oh, that is not.
And because you did the recap, you can take an extra drive.
Thank you. I have to actually find my stat sheet because when I was getting a gilded die back, everything got deleted.
Oh, okay. Well, you've got 2 pips and one of them is a gilded. So 1 regular, 1 gilded. Okay. Plus an extra regular for the drive. You also have 5 extra drives that you can use too.
I have 2 6s and a 4.
Okay. She's being completely honest with you. Breathe. Kind of like starts stroking the top of your hand with hers. tracing like every knuckle, every fingertip. And it's familiar in a way of like every time you had nightmares. Just remember your mother kind of tracing like the lines of your palm, fingers.
I never had nightmares. I never dreamed.
Foolish boy. When you fell and your father brought you to the lab, it was more than just your physical body that he messed around in. He was excellent at fleshcraft, but where the mind lies is where he excelled.
Is that when you became what you did? Or did he make you that way?
That's when my soul could not find peace.
Because
He
your
didn't.
child was ripped from your arms.
Yes.
Did I ever speak? I did not speak until I was 14 years old because he said if I will not speak his tongue, then I would not speak at all. The first thing I remember is the daisy sitting at his feet in his office. Were you there? Or is that not real?
No. I don't think so.
I was a baby.
Spoke Elvish some.
No, I spoke it in Celestial.
I don't know. We spoke in common a little bit and Elvish mostly. Celestial, I'm not sure. Possible in some of your childhood babbling.
You died when I was 9 years old.
Yes.
Were my siblings there? Justina and Ranlar. Did they exist before?
Oh, yes. Sorry, this isn't... Well, honestly, I never thought I'd have this conversation with you.
Why didn't we try to leave earlier?
Did.
We failed.
Every time.
Where were we supposed to go?
Anywhere.
What about the garden?
What about the garden? Your father hated the garden.
I know. Because she was there. Since the moment I saw that daisy, I went there as much as I possibly could. I was there, she was there. I met her, I saw her face, she saw mine.
Yes.
I grew up beside her. Was she there?
When you were a child? Or
Before.
possibly?
I remember trying. I broke an antler when I was 7, 8. What do you know of her?
Thought she was an invisible friend. Make believe.
What was her name? What did I call her?
Mina?
It was so obvious.
You, perhaps?
Things I touched, things would just grow. How? Right. What else did he manufacture?
I don't know. I don't know what's inside your mind.
No. What else? How many times has this happened?
4, to my knowledge. Successfully.
Was Tommen on the back burner when you were alive?
No.
Ez told me he's a deva.
Yes.
Did you know Ez?
No. Of her, perhaps, yes, but not directly.
Why didn't Ebb help?
Ebb is a dragon. She will do what she's wont to do whenever she decides to do it.
Did you ask?
How could I ask a mighty dragon for help?
It's not that hard, Athelia. She's a pretty easygoing dragon.
Now she is.
She always was.
Perhaps to you because she liked you. I was just one of Azalin's whores.
If I was there, if you were there, if I was there when you were still alive, then why didn't... Why didn't she do it for me? If not just for you.
I don't have the answers to these questions.
Or did you just not trust her?
I didn't trust her. She was part of your father's court. May as well have asked Squalamus for help, as far as I was concerned.
I don't know. Where else? What else to... I can't put words to all the things that I want to know. I don't know how to ask them because this is not something that I ever fathomed could have happened. I know that a lot of my life is a lie, or manufactured or somatic delusions. But to have it, but to learn that almost 10 years I had a mother. That I wasn't just stillborn.
If I had ever
Was I
thought that
like?
this was possible, I would be far more prepared to tell you everything, but I don't know
What
where to
was I
start.
like? What was I like before he did this to me?
Precocious, foolish,
Was I me?
silly. Of course you were you.
Am I the same person, though?
No. No one remains the same person.
I know that.
Then why ask
You
me
know
that
what
question?
I mean.
No, I don't. I had you for 9 years, my boy.
That's a long time for a child.
You've lived almost 2 decades beyond that.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of things happen in 2 decades.
Yeah, I know.
So to
How
say
old
you
were
were the
you?
same boy... 400 something. You should try to sleep. Put your thoughts together. We can talk about this tomorrow. The day after.
I get up and go to the kitchen. Start rummaging through cabinets.
Alright, you find a lot of sugar comfort food.
I don't want comfort food.
What do you want?
Do you want a pastry?
Breeze is in there, like in the icebox, like full head in.
Shit! He just like frantically is wiping at his face.
Atlas has just like a mouthful of bread at this point.
Heli and
Oh,
Razira
boy.
are starting to come
Just
downstairs.
like a baguette sticking out of your face.
It's just a whole
This
ass
full on
baguette.
baguette mouth, that's the real horror.
Yep.
It's horizontal. Link actually sent me a picture like that earlier, or a video. Hold on, let me try to find it.
Oh god.
I let everybody know that as far as I can tell, the house is clear.
I think he just
Is
goes
there a
over
basement?
to...
There is a cellar door, but it's outside. Like a storm, like you see in the Midwest.
Yeah, like a root cellar.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no access to it in the house. Okay.
I mean, they could go through the floor, but it's some
Starts no
like
clipping.
stone.
Is this what you do when you feel like shit?
Eat? Yes.
The group of you kind of gather around in the kitchen and eat carbs and sugar.
Is there any booze?
Man,
There
I wish I
is.
could do that freely.
Oh, fuck yeah, I'm in it.
But it's like, it's not like
Cooking
vodka or anything. It's like
Is there
alcohol you would
wine?
use in baking. So it's a lot of like Kahlua,
Like sherry.
Bailey's,
Champagne.
sherry,
Bailey's?
Vanilla
Fuck
extract,
yeah.
baby!
Kahlua!
Yeah.
Rum
So it's-
chata?
Sure. It's stuff
Cool.
you would use in baking and not
He pulls
like...
down like a squiggly pale bottle, and he's like, "Oh fuck yes, Millie." Pops that shit open, and he pours a line of shots.
Okay.
I think I shall pass.
You don't. Yeah, I don't want to know. And he just like takes 3 in each hand, just like.
I drink that stuff. Those things won't be there in the morning.
Oh my god.
So,
Yeah,
carbs,
please.
sugar, alcohol. You all kind of gather around the kitchen, just contemplating the truths you have learned and the secrets that you need to learn. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session because it's almost midnight.
Rude.
Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for donating to Extra Life. We're going to go raid somebody, so stick around for that. Otherwise, we will see you on Wednesday for the return of Fixious Titans on our new night. No longer on Friday, it's on Wednesdays now.
We're coming up with the branding for that still.
Yeah.
I think
Yes, Wednesdays.
Didn't you guys come up with Kick-Ass Wednesday?
That was
Isn't
Whoop
that
Ass
what you
Wednesday.
decided?
Whoop-Ass
Wednesday.
Wednesdays.
There we go.
I thought it was Whoop Ass, yeah.
Yeah, Whoop Ass Wednesday because Wixious Wednesdays didn't work, and neither did Women and MB's Wednesday. So it's Whoop Ass.
Wolfhead Wednesday.
I gotta say, I don't think.
Wait! I just realized something. Well, actually, I realized this earlier, but it wasn't the time to say it. So remember how on the last Wednesday we played, I had somebody reference Wolfhead Wiley, but the Fixian version, which means Elise, if Keeley has to meet them, Elise could be humming that song as they're going through.
We're leaving now. Bye.
Night night.
I want to do